Hello guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. So today's reading, joint messages from Abaddon and Lucifer. Okay, so, when I was shuffling the cards for Abaddon, I realized, does anyone even do readings for him? Like, has there ever been a YouTube reading for Abaddon? So I searched it up, and there was a joint message between, I think, Belith and Abaddon that I saw up here. But for the most part, nah, no one really gives him a platform, so he will be having a platform here. The abyssal angel, alright? The locust angel, alright? So, let's hop right in to the reading. What messages just Abaddon and Lucifer have for us, okay? You guys already know about Luce. You guys already love Luce. Everyone loves him. Everyone's obsessed with him. Everyone needs him. Alright, let's start with the tarot. We have the star. Oh, let me show you the card. The star. We have Two of Cups. We have the Fool. And we have Page of Pentacles. Okay, so what message do these sexy little men have for you? All right, starting off with the Page of Pentacles. Start backwards, right? Start off with the Page of Pentacles. All right, you guys have the ambition to manifest whatever it is that you are wanting, okay? And with this reading, I see that the cards are saying that yes, whatever it is that you've been really determined to achieve, it is here, it is present, and it has come into fruition. All right, so you guys have achieved essentially your desired manifestation, and I'm seeing that with the Fool energy, it's you have never really experienced this before. Whatever it is that you have manifested, you have never experienced before. So if you've manifested a boatload of money, and some type of wealth and newfound prosperity, you've never been on this level of wealth before. And so it's really new to you. If you've manifested a job opportunity, you have never experienced this workplace before, this environment before. Whatever it is that you've manifested, it's new, it's completely new, it's completely out of your territory, and it's gonna feel a little bit unfamiliar. It's gonna feel a little bit weird and kind of uncomfortable, but it's gonna be really exciting as well for the most part, I feel. And especially I thought about a car. Some of you guys manifested some type of car, some luxury car or something like that, and it's just so different from the car that you have now. That's why I thought of a BMW. I don't know why I thought of that, but if it fits, if the shoe fits, then it's yours, right? So but you guys have manifested something that just literally is not normal to your normal average life, you know what I mean, that you live, and so this is going to be extremely new and just strange to you, but it's going to be really exciting for the most part. It's going to be great fun, and you're going to be very proud of yourself. And this is happening within the next few days, if not today. All right, when you're watching this, it is here. You don't have to wait anymore. Believe it. All right. And with the Two of Cups energies, there's some beings that have been working with you behind the scenes to make this shit happen, right? That you haven't seen. And I really thought of the elementals and the trees, dryads. All right, I feel if you guys have a garden or something like that, and you are constantly tending to it and just elevating it, and feeding the plants water, and you're putting out fairy statues and gnome houses and things like that. That's an offering to nature itself, you know what I mean? When you're making your garden beautiful and when you're tending to it, that's an offering to nature. And so because of that, the elementals are out there, they're helping you, they're helping make this happen. And if you haven't planted a garden, for some of you guys, you need to start incorporating herbs into your witchcraft. And for others, like if you've been feeling called to start a garden, like it would be a great time to do that because it's an offering towards nature itself. Some of you guys are earth signs. And I just feel like anyone who's watching this reading, you're really connected to the elements. So make sure that you're like, constantly getting out in nature, constantly, even when it's raining, okay? Because it's raining over here right now. Like, even when it's raining, get out in nature, all right? Feel the rain. Don't be a stranger to nature, right? Like, get comfortable with it because it's a part of us, right? So that's a message for some. But overall, like, you manifested whatever this is. You know what I mean? It's like wishing on a star, with the star card. You wished on a star and now it's here. Now it's come true. Now it's in your reality. Now it's in the 3D, right? Now you can touch it. Now you can feel it. Now you can enjoy it. And you should be thankful, Be thankful for the things that you have brought forth. Be thankful for the beings that have helped you. But most importantly, be thankful for yourself. Be thankful for your gifts. Be thankful for your magic. And really make sure that you understand, like, you are a powerful magician. You are powerful with whatever it is that you set your mind to, right? Like, you're very gifted and you need to always constantly carry that belief with you throughout your life. Because some of you guys sometimes, like, second guess your abilities and your magic. But what is there to second guess? Like, this is just natural to you, okay? And that's for some. But overall, like, you guys are very, very powerful. And you need to really recognize the power, the magic that is coursing in your blood. And I'm also, like, feeling called to say, like, enjoy this, because some of you guys want to move on to the next thing. It's like, all right, we conquered that, we manifested that, let's get to the next goal. It's like, slow down and just enjoy this moment, because this is something to celebrate. Okay, this is something to be proud of, right? Okay, so let's get into Abaddon's individual cards. Okay, and you know what's so crazy? When I first learned about Abaddon, I had a dream and I was using this deck. I was shuffling the cards and I came across a card that was unfamiliar. And I looked at the sigil and I was like, yeah, I've never seen this card before. And so I think maybe a day or two later after I had that dream, I saw the sigil that I saw in the dream, or, the sigil that was similar to the sigil that I saw in the dream, on my Pinterest feed, on a book about Abaddon. I was like, oh, this is crazy. You know what I mean? So that's just interesting to think about, because, like, I felt intuitively, called to use that deck, and I completely forgot that is the deck that I shuffled in the dream when I, discovered him. So anyways, let's get into his tarot. He gives you 6 of Swords, 9 of Cups, 10 of Wands, 2 of Cups. Okay, 2 of Cups twice in a row. We got 2 of Cups twice in a row. So, maybe he's like one of the hidden guides that's been helping, make this manifestation come into fruition. Maybe he's guiding you along the path. And if you feel called to work with him, then work with him. You know what I mean? This is all about, like, the abyss, about the darkness, about making something from nothing. And since you guys are, like, really gifted with your magic, since you guys are very good at manifestation, like, he's a very good spirit to work with, because that is literally his forte, right? Like, and obviously if, like, you feel called to, like, death energy and necromancy, which I've been just getting so many messages about necromancy lately, so I guess this is just something that's happening in my collective, right? If you, like, feel really attracted to that type of, like, death energy, that Sheol, that, like, abyssal energy, that dark nothingness, if that's the energy that you, like, feel called to, attracted to, then definitely the guy to work with, right? Because that's who he is. And if you guys are a chaos magician, you're into, like, destruction, you thrive off of that type of energy, Yeah, he's definitely the guy, okay? Because that's literally his name, right? So, definitely if you feel called to work with him, like that would be a great idea. Because it seems like he's already a guide that is leading you down this path that's guiding you and helping things manifest behind the scenes. But getting into the depth of the message, like with the Ten of Wands and the Six of Swords, it's like there's been a lot of events that happened, before this manifestation came into fruition that, have bogged you down. Like maybe you've had to like walk away from something. If this is like a new job opportunity, you have to walk away from an old one, or if this is like a new car, like I mentioned, I'm just giving examples, but like, if this is like a new car that you manifested, you had to just give up maybe the last car that you had. Maybe it like broke down, there's something wrong with the engine, It's just like you've been, just stressed out, just so much shit just not going right, or just things breaking down at inconvenient times. It's like, all of a sudden, your fucking toilet doesn't work. So just like something crazy like that. It's just like always something breaking down. Your phone's not working. It's just like shit is getting annoying, but like it's being replaced with the better. It's being replaced with something better, all right? And that's what this is all about. Like you're coming into an era like of upgrades, okay? There's like upgrades happening right now. And all that stress that you've experienced from, things just like not going right and just things not working out, like it's okay. Because all those things were breaking. So we can welcome in the new things, okay? The good shit, right? Like we can't always hold on to, that beat down crap, especially like for some of you guys, it's like you got beat down phones, beat down shoes, beat down car. It's like, come on now. Like you got to be on the energy of prosperity. If you want to track prosperity, you got to track that. You got to be on that energy field, right? So it's like they're taking away things that like are not matching with the prosperity that you want. Like especially for some of you guys, I felt like, maybe you had a conversation with like Lucifer, or you just had like a moment where you're like, I want better for myself, I want prosperity. You just communicated that out into the universe, and the universe answered. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll give you the prosperity, but we gotta remove the things that like aren't that vibration, right? So things are breaking down, just things aren't working out. You had to leave places that you once were comfortable with, but it was all because the universe is trying to align you with the energy you sought to attract, right? So it all happened for a reason. It's like everything's working out. Okay, Nine of Cups, like you're gonna be like really pleased and satisfied with this new situation, right? Some of you guys, new apartment, new home, new whatever, new car. It's like just like it's all working out. You're gonna be like, oh shit, like this happened for a reason. Like, okay, I see what's going on here. I see it now. Okay, let's move into the oracle. We have snowdrops. We have bloodstone. We have horned owl. And we have grimoire. All right, so. Okay, so he tells you to shut your mouth. I'm not trying to be an ass, but he's like, shut your mouth, shut your lips. Don't tell everybody about, what it is that you're manifesting, achieving, and like bringing forth. Like, don't tell everybody, because some people they're jealous. Some people can't handle it. Some people, they get all jealous and they try to like mess up like your energy, your manifestations. They try to interfere, Some people just like to watch. Some people like to observe you. Some people like to, be up in your energy, see what's going on. And so you got to be quiet, like don't be posting on social media like, hey guys, got a new car. Why do you keep saying new car? Someone's going somewhere. Someone's getting a new car. Someone's moving, okay? Someone's moving about. Like I feel like there's a lot of moving energy. That's maybe why I'm seeing like the car. It's like there's just energy is moving for you, right? But it's like I got this new apartment, and I got a new dog. I got a new bag. Like don't post that all over social media or be telling people, because that there's some people that are like preying on you. Some people that just don't want to see you win, and they can be all nasty and be like messing up your energy that you got set up and trying to interfere with like that prosperity that's going on right now. So just shut your lips. Shut your lips, okay? Because not everybody needs to know, okay? Because some people don't want to see you win. And you know who I'm talking about for some of you guys. You know who I'm talking about. You know who's stalking you, who's watching you, who's obsessed with you, always needs to be talking about you. It's like, you know who that is. So don't let them know. Okay, I know that some of you guys want to flex bad, but it's like, just keep it on the down low, okay? Keep it a little bit humble for the people on social media, but, you know, live that prosperous, crazy little life, you know, in private. Because people just always want to see. And that's the thing about manifestation. It's like, you know, with the horned owl energy, like, you got to keep your manifestations quiet. Because that's how they manifest. So you can't be telling everybody and their mama what you're doing. Like, hey, I'm currently manifesting this and that and the third. Because what if you tell the wrong person and they're like, you know, putting all their like skeptical energy all over it, and then it's just not going to manifest. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be careful. And if you've already told somebody, like, I think you're going to be okay, but just for future reference, like, let's just not, because some people just, you can't trust them, okay? And, you know, with the Bloodstone card and the Snowdrops card, like, you need to believe in yourself. Like I said, some of you guys, like, just don't understand the depth of your power, okay? Sometimes we all have our moments of self-doubt. Like, sometimes I'll be down on myself. I'll be like, are my readings that good? Am I actually good at the craft? You know, sometimes I'll be having my moments, but, you know, your soul knows. The universe knows. Okay, the reading, like, literally Abaddon's telling you, so it's like, obviously, like, you have that star power, you have that magic. You know, you're unstoppable, unconquerable. But you have to believe in it, okay? And anything is possible. You can achieve whatever, okay? Whatever. This is not just like a one-time thing, a one-time miracle. Like, this can happen all the time. But you need to believe in it, all right? And, you know, you always want to take the realistic path where it's like, okay, well, you know, that was crazy. I manifested that. But let's just be more realistic next time. Like, let me set a goal that, like, I can easily achieve, you know? No, set the hard goals. Like, let's say you want to be a celebrity. All right, let's go towards it. You know what I mean? Like, set the goals that others think is impossible, because your heart knows. Your heart knows it's possible. Your soul knows, all right? So set those goals, okay? Believe in yourself, especially with Snowdrops. Like, some of you guys, you know, you struggle. You think to yourself, like, I just don't know. I don't know. You do know. You do know that you're made of magic, of alchemical energy. You're made of gold. You can create whatever reality you want, right? Okay? He says rescue, strength, nurture diverse talents. We have ghost, commune with your guides. And unseen, trust your growing potential. See, like, trust yourself, trust your magic, trust the gifts that you have, okay? Strength, like, literally goes over those gifts. Like, you're strong. You have gifts that obviously came to you within this lifetime, or gifts that you had in other lives that are so strong, that have been built up for many lifetimes. Like, am I making sense? You know, you have gifts that have been built up for many lifetimes, or, you know, things that have come back to you in this life that, you know, you had once before. It's like, obviously you're talented, obviously you're amazing. Like, you just obviously, you just need to know, you need to remember that you are powerful just the way you are, right? There's nothing that needs to change. There's nothing that needs to, I guess, be polished. You just, like, haven't, like, you have this, I guess, need to sometimes doubt yourself, right? But like I said, you're powerful just the way you are. I just have to, like, keep saying that, because some of you guys just don't get it, right? And talk to your guides, talk to your spirits, you know, talk to Abaddon if you feel called to. But talk to your spirit guides, okay? Because they're supporting you. And maybe some of you guys haven't been to your altar in a hot minute. Like, you've just been, like, living your life, you know, just doing your shit. You know, time to get back to the altar and be like, hey, What's up, guys? You know what I mean? Like, just say hello. Because maybe there's also some messages that they have to give. But you need to be at your altar. You need to be present, okay? You need to be meditating. You need to be connecting, okay? And with rescue, maybe it's like some of you guys are meant to be like illuminated and seen, especially with the star energy. And that's maybe one of the things that you're manifesting, or one of the things that you hope for. To be seen, to be acknowledged for your gifts, whether that be artistic or spiritual. And they're telling you, like, yeah, you can be seen, you can be known, but like I said, it's about believing, right? You know? And, you know, Abaddon highlights, like, one of your purposes in this life is to help people, to heal people, but through being yourself, you know, through being seen, through illuminating yourself, right? Okay, so that's what I just felt called to say. Now, let's pull some keyword cards, and then we're gonna get into Lucifer's portion of the reading, because I know some of y'all are itching to see what he has to say, all right? So, let's pull the keywords, okay? Just pull them out the bag. With one finger and one toe. Let's pull them out the bag. Okay, I'm having trouble pulling them out the bag. Alright, I pulled them out the bag. So, I gotta shuffle them. So I'm going to put down the microphone for a second. Okay, and what keywords does Abaddon have for the collective? And what keywords does Abaddon have for the collective? And what keywords does Abaddon have for the collective? And what keywords does Abaddon have for the collective? Okay, sorry, that took a little long. Because there's like half the deck fell out for a second, so it's like, alright. We get trust. In heat, creation. And many options. And we have animals. Okay, so he's like, trust. Trust yourself. Trust that you're capable of anything you seek to achieve, especially the things that you seek to create, okay? Some of you guys your manifestations go hand in hand with your sexuality, so maybe that's a message for some of you guys. Honestly, I feel it's for all of you guys. If you're watching this reading, like, yeah, like, it's pretty much for all of you guys. Let me just be real. Let me be honest, but some of you guys just don't want to hear it. It's like, no, don't believe it, don't care. It's like, well, do care. Well, do believe it, because they go hand in hand, and you're going to get comfortable with incorporating your sexuality into your magic. There's many options available. There's many things that you can achieve. There's many ways of achieving your desires, and there's so many paths you can take with the life that you're currently living right now. Get connected with nature, the animals. Understand that you're an animal, so it's okay to have animalistic desires. And like I said, like, going back to the whole entire elementals thing, there's elementals that are supporting you. There's elementals that are working alongside you, that are compatible with you. So, time to lock in, time to tap into that energy. Let's pull the demon of the day. And then we're going to hop right into Lucifer's portion, okay? Alright. Let me put my microphone down for a second. We're going to get a microphone holder stand of some sort. because this is becoming ridiculous. All right, and is there anything else Abaddon would like to say to the collective? Is there anything else you would like to say to the collective? Okay, so he gives us Bifron's. Remember the lessons of your ancestors. Knowledge of stones, plants, and astrology will lead to success. Okay, see, what do we mention? Plants? Okay. So, obviously, it's something that you guys need to lock into, okay? But remember what the lessons of your ancestors. Remember, I guess, what was I going to say? I was going to say something about, like, gifts being passed through the bloodline, or knowledge, or, you know, certain books being passed through the bloodline. Like, maybe someone's grimoire. Like, grandmother's. Maybe there's some type of magic that you can apply to the life that you're currently living right now, okay? With Shax. Good fortune, vain money, or material possessions is easier to acquire than you think. Apply yourself! Alright, so you heard the man. Apply yourself, alright? Let's hop right into Lucifer'S, okay? I'll be right back. Let's get into Lucifer'S portion. You guys don't understand, I already recorded his portion, but, you know, my phone stopped recording during it, and then deleted the file. So yay, we have to redo his portion, but it's completely fine, because whatever. Okay. So, he gives you 4 of Wands, Justice, the 9 of Swords, and the King of Swords. So he's like, you know, relax. Enjoy these manifestations that you've brought forth. And really take time to, like, bask in them. Because, like, some of you guys, like I said, you want to move on to the next thing. You want to just get straight to the next thing, move on, you know. And you never really take time to just be like, you know what? This is something that I manifested. This is something I achieved. Let me enjoy it, right? Because you just want to move. You want to move. And honestly, I think, like, with the whole entire justice energy that's presenting itself in his portion of the reading, it's like, this is good karma. This is good stuff that's happening right now. And you guys are being rewarded for all, like, the, like, offerings that you have given to the universe, the offerings that you've given to even, like, nature, and, you know, just the good deeds that you've done. Because, like, even if we look at Abaddon's card, the rescue card, it's like, you guys are constantly helping other people. You're constantly uplifting people with your voice, with your magic, with your art. Just being yourself, being the shining star that you are, you uplift people. And so, like, this is good karma that's coming in. These are I guess, blessings from the universe. For honestly being true to yourself, being true to your purpose, because I feel like a big part of your purpose is uplifting others, healing others, with being yourself and just sparkling and shining. And, you know, your light is so big, it's so great, it's just so luminous, and it deserves to be seen. And you let everyone see your light with all the great things that you do, with just the help that you're with the help that you're constantly giving. Did you hear my mouth? I apologize. So yeah, I feel like that's what he's really highlighting. And some of you guys also just kind of feel like sometimes, like, really nervous about, like, your manifestations coming at you. Like, you're like, I don't know if they're gonna come in, I just don't know. But, like, chill, relax, breathe. It's all coming in. Like, you can't doubt your gifts. You can't doubt your abilities. You can't doubt your magic. You can't doubt who you are, because you're a powerful magician. All right. And you gotta let that shit go. You gotta let that anxiety go. You can't always be, like, flip-flopping. Like, one minute you're like, yeah, I believe in my gifts. The next minute you're like, I don't. Like, have faith in yourself. Have faith in your gifts. Have faith in your purpose. All right? Like, idolize yourself. Worship yourself. You know, put yourself on a pedestal because you're powerful and you have all the wisdom and magic that you could ever seek within. With that King of Swords energy, you know how to achieve and conquer these manifestations. You know. Believe in yourself. Because you guys like to, you know, cheerlead, you know, people. You like to encourage other people to go towards their dreams, but never once do you ever encourage yourself. So enjoy these manifestations because they're coming in from, you know, just the good deeds, the help, the volunteering that some of you guys do. Like, I really do feel like you guys are constantly helping people and just giving good energy, just being a very kind, loving, and caring person. And that's just a part of your purpose. That's a part of your blueprints. You know, you're always meant to give. And, you know, the universe is giving back to you. You're giving back to yourself. So, appreciate that. All right? Let's get into the oracle portion. Okay, he gives you blue avians. Venusians. Okay, wait. I heard somebody pronounce this. Venusian. Yeah, Venusian. Guys, is that correct? Comment down below. All right, community poll. Is that correct? Because listen, I like pronouncing it Venusian. I like pronouncing it Venusian. Okay, but there was this like tarot reader that I was watching, and I think their name was like Venusian Light Tarot. Is that the reader? That's how they pronounced it. I was like, what? Like, I thought it was Venusian. That's how I thought it was. So like, just let me know if that's how you pronounce it, right? Because listen, I like pronouncing it Venusi. So let me quit playing and let's just get into the second portion of the reading. Okay? So like, highlighting that karmic energy, like you guys, your positivity, your positive energy that you've been giving out, like it's being rewarded. You're being rewarded for just the good that you bring. And with the Venusian card, all right, going back to this card, like maybe some of you guys are also like attracting a partner of some sort, and like there's a really big goal that you yearn to achieve, and like I feel like you and your partner could achieve it together. Like maybe obviously when you guys are creating together, like you can bring a much more powerful result, right, than you alone. I feel like this for some, but you guys are just really like kind and caring people, and the love energy that you are constantly giving in your day-to-day life, like it's just being paid off, it's being rewarded. And yeah, just make sure that like you're always putting love, your purpose at the forefront of your life, the forefront of everything you do, of your art. You know what I mean? Make sure that you're always like highlighting that love energy, because love energy is always repaying you. It's always refilling you. It's always taking you to the next level. You know what I mean? The master power is love. So make sure you're always connecting with that energy, with, you know, the things that you do, with your purpose. Okay? You know what I mean? The darkness and love also go hand in hand. You know what I mean? That's the true you. That's the true you that also, you know, yearns to be loved. Like, love your darkness. Incorporate your darkness, that shadow, that vulnerable side of you into your practice, into your manifestations, and love that part of yourself too. So I felt called to say that, especially if like you're really attracted to these dark energies, which, you know, if you're on my channel, you probably are, you know what I mean? But like a lot of people don't really understand like the beauty of darkness, that it's the origin of creation, that it's more than just like evil. That's like such a like stupid and naive way of looking, you know, at the shadow, at the darkness. Even some of these spirits that I showcase on this channel, you know what I mean? A lot of these like beings have been demonized by like religion and things of that nature, you know, and I'm not ridiculing anybody who is religious or follows some of these, you know, popular established religions in our society. But a lot of these beings, like, they've been demonized. They've been, you know, misunderstood and, you know, turned into like devils and demons and things like that. Out of, like, I guess, control, because a lot of these structures in place, it's all about control. It's all about controlling people from reaching their fullest potential with their magic. And, you know, if everybody was like a magician, you know, was practicing witchcraft, like, this world would be crazy. You know, like, this would be a crazy little place. You know, it's all about control, really. So I just felt called to say that, you know, so people just don't understand the darkness. And, you know what I mean? Even with, like, Lucifer, it's like, he doesn't want to be controlled. And you don't have to be controlled either, right? Let your darkness shine. Let your darkness, you know, have presence, have power in your day-to-day life, right? So I just felt called to say that. You know, I felt that was very important to mention a part of this reading. You know what I mean? And you're probably even getting messages about this, about, like, just being vulnerable with your shadow, with that dark side. You know, you see it in the signs every single day. And some of you guys are also, like I said, like, getting that sign to also just be vulnerable with others, let other people see your shadow, your darkness. Some of you guys maybe feel like you're just not capable of finding that love that you seek. Because it's just like, you think that people are going to be afraid of your darkness. You think people are going to be afraid of, for some of you guys, you're like Satanists. You know, you're afraid about how other people will treat you. And you constantly have to hide. But it's like, you know, you're only hurting yourself when you do that. There's plenty of other people that are like you in this world. You know what I mean? Who work with the master power, which is love, but also embrace the darkness. But also embrace, you know, Satanism, which is I. So, you know, you're not alone, because you got this, like, little freak in their room giving you a reading about. So it's like, you know, like, you don't have to feel alone. And embrace that darkness. Let it be something that is present in your day-to-day life. You know what I mean? And even the spirits I showcase on this channel, you know, if you feel attracted to the demons, like, don't resist. Don't be like, oh, I don't know. Because it's like, it's obvious that, you know, these are the energies that you're compatible with. And, you know, even with, like, Abaddon and Lucifer, you know, if you feel called to work with them, then, like, work with them. Like, no one's stopping you but yourself, right? But the judgment that you fear people will cast upon you if you decide to work alongside these energies. So embrace that darkness, because it is also a part of your purpose. It is also a part of the loving energy that you can give. And, you know, help others, you know, feel connected to their darkness, or I guess gain connection to their darkness. But you, like, being yourself, being authentic. You know, I, like, imagine some of you guys, like, maybe some of you guys are, like, gothic. You know, you dress gothic. And, you know, the way that people stare at you, it might be unpleasant. But, like, you might inspire, like, a little girl or a little boy to dress just like you and connect to their darkness. You know what I mean? You have to think that there's reasonings for why you are the way you are. And, you know, there's a reason why the darkness is so prevalent in your life. It's because it's a part of your purpose. It's a part of the love that created you. You know what I mean? You were created from darkness, from nothingness, from the abyss. And now you're here. So, you know, have courage to face that and incorporate it into your purpose and even your appearance, and, you know, be unafraid. Because there's a lot of messages coming in about that, and you guys just, like, ignore it because you're like, not everyone's gonna. But it's like, but there's gonna be some people that will, right? There's gonna be some people that resonate with that. Okay, so, all right, let's hop into the last of his oracle, right? We have home. We have paradise. We have intuition. And we have night. Okay, I'm about to set down my microphone. I'm about to get like another candle. Because my candle ran out of wax. Just give me a moment. I got this like electronic lighter. Like, do you see this? Like, wait, hear it. Like, isn't that crazy? Alright, let's see here. Alright. I apologize. I apologize for interrupting the reading. Okay, let's hop right into, what else Lucifer would like to say. He gives you home, paradise, intuition, and night. Okay, so I guess he's just like highlighting like maybe like I said, like some of you guys like have manifested like a home. Like some of you guys manifested a place. So like wherever it is that you guys are going, like it's gonna be really welcoming. It's gonna be like homey to you. It's gonna be exactly where you need to be. Wherever, like whatever location, even some of you guys like have a spiritual connection to whatever location you might be moving to if this is something you manifested. So if that resonates, like definitely take that message. But he also just highlights like you need to, like I said, embrace all aspects of yourself, including that shadow, and get comfortable with it. Because like that, what am I trying to say? So I'm starting to get distracted because, live in a big ass house, so it's loud as fuck. So with the home card, it's like you need to make the darkness, you need to allow the darkness to be in your temple, to be in your home, which is your body, and not reject it. Because if society will reject it, if, society doesn't appreciate it or accept it or understand it, why not you? Why not you understand and accept the darkness? The shadow, because that's a part of you. That's maybe even your origins before you even came to this earth. That was your home. It was within the darkness, within, the darkness was a prevalent part of even like the beings that you lived alongside before you came here. Like just the darkness has always been something that's been a part of you. And you can bring that darkness, that home, beyond this earth here. When you, go after your purpose, when you listen to your heart, when you follow your dreams, when you're achieving the goals that you set out for yourself, and when you're also just like, I guess like highlighting it, a part of your day-to-day life, it's a part of you. And just, there's paradise. There's so much beauty that you're going to be seeing within these next few days, within these next few months, either. You're gonna be seeing so much like beauty, so much like prosperity, you know what I mean? And like I said, like some of you guys are like moving to a place that's just gonna be so beautiful. It's just gonna be like so divine. It's like gonna be paradise. Okay, so everything that's happening right now is just like it's perfect. It's amazing. This is just all how you wanted it to be. So just like be thankful, trust yourself, trust that this is happening, and thank yourself. Thank yourself. Thank your magic. All right, because that was a big portion of the manifestation power. It's your magic. All right. With the intuition, it's like listen to your heart. Listen to wherever it is leading you. Listen to the magic that's within you, wherever it's calling you, because there's going to be also an elevation in your magic coming very, very soon. And it might be very eccentric and just strange to other people, but it's for you. And so that's going to be happening very soon. Listen to your intuition, listen to where it's telling you to go. And, I think it obviously has something to do with the shadow. There's some things that you've yet to uncover about yourself. You know what I mean? We're always constantly learning more about ourselves on our spiritual path. And with the Night card, it's like there's more that you've yet to discover. And, going back to the Fool, at the beginning of this reading, like, guess what? Like, this is a new cycle that's unique. It brings forth unique experiences and even challenges that you've never faced before. So maybe within that, it's like you're discovering more about your darkness, your shadow, okay? So just follow wherever your heart's leading you. Follow your intuition, okay? This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Let's get the keywords. Let's get the keywords that Lucifer has for us, okay? Because I love that. I love that. Okay, what keywords does Lucifer have for the collective? What keywords does Lucifer have for the collective? What keywords does Lucifer have for the collective? Okay. And what keywords does Lucifer have for the collective? What keywords does Lucifer have for the collective? All right, so illuminate, friends, childhood, and I love you. Okay, cool. So he's like, illuminate the shadow. Come forth to the shadow and accept it in your life. All right, and you're also meant to be a glowing, I guess, like a glowing light in other people's lives. You're meant to shine. You're meant to be seen. So embrace that, okay? Embrace even the friendships that you have with the darkness. There's a lot of like helping hands within the shadow that you need to be accepting of, and trust it. Trust them, because this is like where you're from. You know, you are from the darkness. Maybe this is something that obviously you were attracted to as a child. You know, you're attracted to the shadow energies, but also it's just like a reminder that, you know, these demons, these beings have been guiding you ever since you were a child. You've always known that it's something that's a part of you. So embrace that and just understand that most importantly, he loves you. He loves you, and that he is taking care of you, and that he is watching over you. And you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid of anything, of what is next in your life. And like I said, you know, just give thanks. Give thanks that this is all working out the way that you want, okay? So let's pull some more. Let's pull the last cards and let's wrap this reading up, right? Okay. Is there anything else Lucifer has to say to the collective? Is there anything else Lucifer has to say to the collective? Okay. Anything else? All right. I'll take that too. Okay, wrapping it up. Okay, I'm kind of messing it up. We have Gremory. The treasure hidden in a woman's heart yields love, affection, and companionship. Be successful in seeking out. Some of you guys are attracting a lover that is maybe feminine. That's a girl for some. Or just like really like is connected to the feminine artistic energy. So there's that. Or maybe it could be talking about you. It's like when you're giving your loving energy out into the universe, you know, boy or girl, you know, however you identify. You know, when you're giving that loving energy out into the universe, you're attracting love and prosperity back. He says conflict is around you. Wait, Eligos, forgot to say his name. Conflict is around you or is coming soon. However, you are prepared to claim victory. Okay. So some people might not, you know, resonate. Like I said at the beginning of this reading, like some people don't mess with you. They don't mess with your energy. They don't mess with your vibe, right? And some people might not, you know, I guess, respect the way that you choose to be. Especially if like you're really coming into your shadow and letting that shine. You know, letting that shine and be illuminated. Some people are just not going to accept it, but that's just what happens when you're on the left-hand path, baby girl. That's what happens, okay? Some people are just not going to resonate with it. Some people are not going to resonate with your energy, and that's completely fine, okay? It doesn't matter. Just understand that all that matters is how you feel about yourself, and all that matters is that you feel comfortable with who you are, and you know, you're here to make change. You're here to stand out. You're not here to be normal. All right, just understand that Lucifer loves you. And that is a reading. So if you guys enjoyed this reading, subscribe, hit that like button, comment down below. You know, tell me that you loved it. Be like, Mars King, I love this. I love these. Be like, Mars King, I loved this reading. This was amazing, okay? And, you know, feel free to donate me a deck through my throne wish list. Thank you guys for the people who have. I'm so excited for these decks. I'm so excited to use them. And yeah, I love you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. And I honestly just can't believe that, you know, there's so many subscribers that resonate with the same sheet that I resonate with, you know, as a child. I just thought I was really weird, and I was like, you know, I don't think anyone really fucks with the darkness like I do, you know what I mean? But there's people out there that fuck with the darkness, right? And you guys are my family, and I love you guys so much. So take care, and goodbye.